All right, welcome guys. It's good to have you guys here. So for today's DTSE Tech Talk session, we will be introducing Huawei Cloud AI tools, which is the ModelArts. Okay, so before we get started, I would like to invite you guys to register a Huawei Cloud account, because in order to access all these Huawei Cloud services and tools, you need to have a Huawei Cloud account. And also in Huawei Cloud, we have Cool Labs, which is a sandbox environment where you can try on different courses and try on all these tools for free. Okay, so now here, let me share you how to do the registration and how to access the Cool Labs. Okay, so just a moment. Okay, now, so here on my screen, you can see we actually have a post specifically guide you how to register a Huawei Cloud account. Okay, so it's very simple. You can see you just need 3 steps to do it. Okay, so I'll share this link on this comment section so you can open it and have a look and follow the step to do the registration. All right. Okay, so right after you've done the registration, then you can log in into your Huawei Cloud account. So how to log in is that you can just visit Huawei Cloud official website, which is this one. And then at the upper right side, you can see login and sign up button. So that's where you log in. So once you log in, okay, you can see your username at here. Okay, so how to access the Cool Labs? You can access it directly, search it on Google, or if you are trying to access within the Huawei Cloud website, you can go to developers. Okay, then within the developers extended view, go to learn. All right. Okay, so at this learn page, you can see Cool Labs here at the third one. Okay, so just click on it and it will bring you to this Cool Labs section. So here you can see there are a few recommended courses. So to view more, you can just click this view more button. Then it will bring you to the Cool Labs page. So here you can see there are numerous courses. So all of these are free of charge. And at the top here, you can choose the field that you are interested in. Okay, so also we have the level. You can choose your level, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Okay, so for today's session, we will be introducing the Cool Labs for AI, which is the ModelArts. So you can see here the ExeML for food classification. So I will be walk through you guys about this exercise later on the technical walkthrough chapter. Okay, so now let's get back to our presentation slide. Okay. Share screen. Okay. All right. So for today's session, we will have mainly 2 parts. The first part is we will talk about ModelArts overview. And then the second part will be the technical walkthrough. All right. So let's get started. Okay. So what is actually ModelArts? So ModelArts is actually a tool developed by Huawei. Okay, it is a one-stop AI platform that enables developers and data scientists of any skill level to rapidly build, train, and deploy models anywhere from the cloud to the edge. Okay, so ModelArts supports the entire development process, including data processing, model training, management, and model deployment. Okay, so we also have a community called AI Gallery for sharing models. Okay, this I will introduce it later on. Okay, so ModelArts supports various AI application scenarios, such as image classification, object detection, predictive analysis, video analysis, speech recognition, product recommendation, and exception detection, and many more. All right, so now I will be introducing some of the core function of ModelArts. All right, so here, this is the ExeML. Okay, so ExeML is a customized code-free model development tools that help you to start codeless AI application development. All right, so with ExeML today, even if you are not really an IT guy, okay, if you don't know how to code, okay, how to code the inference, okay, how to do a model, don't worry, okay, with ExeML, it is code free. Okay, so you can build AI model without coding with ExeML. As you can see here, we have 5 main categories within the ExeML, which is image classification, object detection, predictive analytics, sound classification, and text classification. Okay, so for image classification, you can use it for vehicle classification or those stock photo or social media auto tagging function. All right, this is where it detects the type or the category of an image. Then the next one is the object detection. So for object detection, you may use it in maybe your company or the university or schools to inspect the dress code, okay? Or at a construction site, you can use it to detect the dress code of your construction workers. Right, so for both image classification and object detection, the input will be the image file. It can be your JPEG, your PNGs, okay? All right, next we'll come to the predictive analytics. So for this predictive analytics, you can use it for user profile analysis or targeted marketing analysis. So for this one, it mainly take on data, which are all the Excel file, the CSV, or the data. Right. So by inputting the data, you can use it to do prediction. All right. So the next one is the sound classification. So for sound classification, what AI actually the interface of the environment. So you can see here PyTorch and also below TensorBoard. Okay, so this is actually a Jupyter notebook you can for Python. All right, actually few features for that, which is you can use with the remote development. So after that environment on out, then at your or laptop you can see environment from your local IDE. Okay, support one there. So after you're done with that, you can just save it, and the image is saved onto your Huawei Cloud, and then use it for other projects to your friends. So the third one is that we also provide images for your development. The next is a more empowered developer and community. This and even individuals or developers Okay, so once you log in into the IM account, then you need to navigate to the ModelArts page. So here at the left-hand side, click on these three bars, this hamburger icon, and on the expanded view, at the search bar, you search for ModelArts. Alright, now you are in ModelArts dashboard. Okay, so before we continue with the cool labs, you can see that within the ModelArts dashboard, you can see this is the ExeML. So these are the code-free development tools with these 5 types. And then, as I mentioned previously, the dev environment. So this is where you can create the notebook to code your custom algorithms. Okay. So once you have your own algorithms, then it will be in here in the algorithm management. Okay. And then let's say today if you have developed and deployed your models and you wish to use the models as an API or share it, so you can actually publish the model as a real-time service API. It will be at here. Okay, so you can see that here. Let me show you some of the steps. Okay, so here first we need to do data preparation. Okay, so for this experiment, we will be using a food data set containing 4 categories to identify the food. Okay, so these are 4 Chinese food. We have persimmon cake, cold noodles, Chinese hamburger, and soup dumpling. So for this collapse, this sandbox, we will be doing all this food detection to detect these 4 types of food. Okay, so first of all, of course, we need to have the data set. But no worries, we already prepared the data set for you. So what you need to do is just download this data set into this virtual machine. So how to do that? You can just follow the step. So it asks you to open the terminal and then run the following command. So you can just copy the code. All right. So you minimize it, open the terminal, paste it, and run the code. So you can see here, it actually using the wget command to download the files from this URL. So actually, the file downloaded is a compressed file with tar.gz extension. So in order to use this, you need to decompress it. So yeah, here you can see you need to decompress it with this line of code. So just copy it and then paste it in the terminal. Enter. So yeah, decompressing is done. So you can see at the left side, once you've done a certain step, then the step will turn into the green color, the background. Okay, so with this, you can easily get track on which steps you are on currently and what to do on next. So you can see once this completed, you can go to the third step, which is creating an OBS. Like I mentioned previously, for all these data to train the models, you need data. So for all these data, you need to upload it to OBS. So how to access it is the same step where you open up this extended view and search for OBS. So yeah, I can see here object storage service. So this is the OBS. Click on this, and then you'll be at here. Then let's see what it asks us to do. So yeah, here you need to create a bucket. Okay, so with this specification, so we just follow the instruction accordingly. So create a bucket and then make sure the region is in Singapore. Alright, so when using all these collabs, make sure that when you are creating or using any resources, you need to follow exactly the parameters given in the tutorial. So for example, in this sandbox, it asks you to create a Singapore region bucket. So you need to follow exactly a Singapore. If you created wrongly, let's say if today I created a Hong Kong bucket, so once I click the create now, the bucket will not be created. Or even if you successfully created the bucket will automatically get deleted because it is quite strict on all these resources. So you can only use the resources allocated for this particular sandbox, for this particular collapse. So make sure that we follow exactly. So Singapore, use Singapore. So for the bucket name, it says that user defined. So when it says user defined, then it's up to you. So we can just say that today is DTT example. All right. Okay. So for the data redundancy, we'll be using single AZ. Okay, single AZ. And then storage class standard, bucket policy private, and that's all. Just click create now. All right, so here you can see the bucket is created successfully. Okay, so you can just view it by clicking into it. So for now, this bucket is empty as we just created it. So we need to upload all the images, all the food images that we are going to need it for training the models to this bucket. So before that, you can see that it requires us to create two folders, which is train and output folders. So let's do that. Create folders, train, right? And then click again, create folders, output. So it is just as simple as that. All right. So next, we need to update the data set. So go to the train directory. All right. And then click upload object here. So here you can just click add files. Okay, so for all these like storage classes, it didn't mention which parameter to use. So it's better for us to remain the default. So we don't change it. Okay, so it is standard, then we remain as standard. Okay, so click add files. So what to upload? You can see that it gives you the local path is exe food recognition train. So we go to the folder recognition train. So which is these images. So just Control A to select all, click open. So these are all the files, and you click upload. Then the upload will be done at background. You can see the upload progress here, the status succeeded. All right. So see, once you completed the step, then it will turn into green color. So if you are doing any step, and once you've done that, but the left side is the tutorial part is not turning to green color, the background, then you might need to recheck if you are doing correctly. Yeah. So here, after you're done uploading all the required images for training the models, then you can see the step will be coming to the creating a image classification project in the ExeML. All right, so starting from this step, I will not be going through because it will be take quite a time to train a model and deploy the model. So for this, I will quickly go through with you the steps. So here, yeah, you can go to the ModelArts. All right, so here, go to the ExeML Image Classification Create Project. So here you need to create a project accordingly to these parameters, which is the name will be ExeML food CLS. Okay, and then just follow exactly. Right, so once you created this project, the next step is you need to do the data image labeling. All right, so at this step, you see that we will be using the bucket, the OBS, the file that we just created and uploaded just now. So yeah, it's totally integrated. We can directly use the bucket. All right. So the bucket contains those images that we uploaded previously. So after this step, we need to label the data, which is we need to label the images. All right. So here we need to label it manually as shown in the picture. All right. Choose the type of the food and then label it on the left side. All right, so you need to do this labeling for those all four types of it. So once you've done the labeling, then we start the model training. Okay, so for model training, it will take some time. All right, so you just follow all these parameters. After the model is done, you need to deploy it. Okay, so this is the deployment step. Right, so after it's completed, and you need to view the model accuracy. Right, so after you deploy, we can do some testing. Okay, service test. So we can see that this model, after you deploy it, it will become a RESTful API that can be accessed through HTTP request. So you can actually access this API at, let me show you, yeah. Okay, go back. At this service deployment real-time services. So once you've done the deployment, you can see the API at here. Okay, within the real-time services. Right, so let me show this. So yeah, this is after you've done the deployment, you can also try the model directly on this website, the ModelArts dashboard, where you click the upload to upload your own images that have not been used in the training the models. So you can upload the image, and then you click the predict button next to it, and then it will show the predicted result at here at the right side. Okay, so you can see here there are few tests you can try on. So some will predict with a accurate result, but some will give some inaccurate result, wrong result. So for this inaccurate, you can further follow the step to do the model optimization. So of course this step is optional. All right, so this is what it is. Okay, so this is actually what the collab session for food classification is. All right, so yeah, at the upper right side here, you can see there's a timing here, right? So if you are taking longer time, or if you are still in the middle of the exercise and you found that it is almost time's up, you need to click the prolong button to prolong the duration. Because if you didn't do this, once the time is up, you will be forcefully get kicked out of this collab session, and you cannot continue it. If you're trying to get into this ExeML food classification exercise again, you will need to start from zero again. It won't save your session. So make sure that if you are taking a longer time, or it is almost time's up and you are not done with it, you need to click the prolong to prolong the duration. All right. So once you ended the exercise, you can just click end exercise. Okay. All right. So this is the technical walkthrough. All right. So give me some time. All right. All right. So now we will come to Q&A session. Then after the Q&A session, that's all for today's DTSE Tech Talk session on AI course. All right, so thank you for your time, and goodbye. See you next time.